Have you ever found yourself sitting in a room full of people, smiling along with their laughter, and yet feeling a strange emptiness underneath? Maybe you scroll through your social media feed, an endless parade of radiant faces, inspirational quotes, and promises that happiness is just a mindset away. Everywhere you look, the message is the same: good vibes only. Negativity is unwelcome. Pain is unfashionable. You must be grateful. You must be strong. You must, above all, be positive. But deep down, something feels off. A quiet voice whispers, "Is this all there is?" Is it possible that in our obsession with positivity, we have traded truth for comfort, and in doing so, have we made ourselves lonelier, more anxious, less alive? If you've ever felt suffocated by the demand to stay positive, if you suspect that always putting on a happy face is, in some way, a betrayal of your real self, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into a question that might change how you see happiness, suffering, and the very meaning of your life. We will follow the provocative path of Milan Kundera, the philosopher-novelist behind The Unbearable Lightness of Being, as he exposes the subtle, soul-numbing power of kitsch. You'll learn why good vibes only isn't just unrealistic. It can actually rob you of meaning, depth, and genuine connection. By the end, you'll have a powerful tool, the Kitsch Filter, for recognizing fake positivity in your world and within yourself. And you'll discover how facing uncomfortable truths can set you free. Are you ready to step outside the bubble of forced happiness and into a life that is more honest, more resilient, and more fully your own? Let's begin. Let's start by naming the enemy, kitsch. You've heard the word before, maybe describing tacky souvenirs or garish home decor. But in Kundera's hands, kitsch means something much deeper and much more dangerous. Kitsch is the absolute denial of unpleasant reality. It is the art and the ideology of pretending that only the beautiful, only the pleasant, only the comfortable is real. Kitsch says, don't show me pain, don't show me conflict, don't show me anything that would disrupt my comfort or challenge my worldview. Think of the good vibes only culture that dominates Instagram, wellness seminars, even workplace culture. Think of the pressure to smile at family gatherings, to suppress your sadness at funerals, to look on the bright side no matter what. Kitsch, in this sense, isn't just a taste in decoration. It's a filter on reality itself. But why do we do this? Why are we so quick to filter out the ugly, the uncomfortable, the difficult? Because, deep down, we're afraid. We're afraid that if we allow in too much darkness, we'll be swallowed by it. We're afraid that if we admit to pain, disappointment, or uncertainty, we'll be rejected by others. So we choose kitsch not consciously, but as a survival mechanism. Kitsch becomes the social glue that says, we are all happy here. We are all good. There is nothing to fear. But what is the cost? So what does this mean for you? Think back to a recent moment when you were struggling, but felt compelled to hide it. Maybe you forced a smile or downplayed your worries just to fit in. How did it feel afterward? Did it actually make you feel closer to others or more alone? Here's the first lesson. When you filter your reality to fit someone else's ideal of happiness, you don't just lose authenticity, you lose the chance to be truly seen, truly understood, truly alive. Where in your life are you putting on the kitsch filter? What truths are you hiding, not just from others, but from yourself? Kundera offers a brilliant image, the two tiers of kitsch. Imagine someone at a sentimental movie, let's say, the moment a child is reunited with their lost puppy. The first tear is for the child and the dog, for their happiness, for the sweetness of the scene. But then there's a second tear. The second tear is for yourself, for feeling such a pure emotion, for participating in a world where only such feelings exist, where nothing ugly or disturbing is allowed. Kitsch is the refusal to acknowledge the second tear, the tear that knows life is more complicated, more contradictory, more painful than the fantasy allows. This is the problem with toxic positivity. It isn't just that it ignores your pain. It asks you to pretend that pain never existed at all. It asks you to betray your own complexity. Have you ever found yourself nodding along at a motivational event, surrounded by smiling faces, and felt a sudden urge to cry for yourself, for everyone in the room, for the loneliness that comes from denying your own sadness? That's the second tier, the tier of honesty, of self-recognition. Kitsch tells you to swallow that tear. But the more you deny it, the more it grows beneath the surface, turning into anxiety, resentment, even shame. Next time you catch yourself dismissing your struggles, others have it worse. Just be grateful. It's all good. Pause. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? What would happen if I let myself feel the second tear? Tonight, when you reflect on your day, try naming one ugly or uncomfortable feeling you experienced. Don't judge it. Just notice it. You don't have to share it with anyone, just admit it to yourself. That is the beginning of honesty, and the end of Kitsch's power over you. Kitsch is not just a personal illusion. It is a collective performance, a social contract. Society runs on shared illusions. If everyone agrees to deny discomfort, everyone gets to feel safe, at least on the surface. Think of a corporate team-building retreat, where the official script is, "We are all a family here." Any hint of real tension, burnout, competition, resentment must be hidden beneath layers of cheerful slogans. Or consider the pressure at holiday dinners, where certain topics are off limits for the sake of harmony. You know this dance smile. Keep the conversation light. Never rock the boat. Everyone plays their part, and anyone who breaks the illusion is quickly labeled a troublemaker, a downer, a problem. But here's the cost. When everyone is forced to be positive, genuine connection becomes impossible. You start to feel alone in your pain, like you're the only one who isn't doing it right. Kitsch doesn't just suppress individual feelings, it creates a culture where no one can admit to struggle, to failure, to being lost. If you're feeling isolated or inadequate because you can't keep up with the happy crowd, remember, it's not you. It's the machinery of Kitsch at work. Next time you're in a group, notice how often people avoid uncomfortable truths. If you feel safe, try breaking the pattern. Gently share something real. Watch what happens. Often, you'll find others are relieved, grateful, even inspired by your honesty. So far, we've seen that Kitsch, the denial of life's messier realities, costs us not just authenticity, but connection and belonging. But the deepest danger of Kitsch may be what it does inside your own mind. Perhaps the most insidious effect of Kitsch is how it reshapes your inner world. At first, the pressure to be positive is external, coming from social media, family, the workplace. But over time, it becomes internalized. You begin to censor your own thoughts before anyone else does. You might catch yourself thinking, "I shouldn't feel this way," or "If only I were stronger, happier, more grateful, I wouldn't have these problems." You start to distrust your own perceptions. You split off parts of yourself, the anxious, angry, sad, or confused parts, because you've been told they don't belong. But cutting off pieces of yourself is a form of self-betrayal. You become a stranger to your own inner life. Kundera would say, this is the unbearable lightness, the emptiness that comes when nothing is allowed to have real weight, real consequence, real pain. You might notice yourself feeling adrift, unmotivated, unable to find meaning. You may struggle to make decisions, always second-guessing yourself, unsure what you truly want. If you sense a gap between your outer life and your inner reality, you are not broken. You are not weak. You are waking up from kitsch. Take 5 minutes today to write down your unacceptable feelings, the ones you usually hide, even from yourself. Notice how it feels. It might be uncomfortable. It might even be scary. But it is the first step to reclaiming your wholeness. When you allow yourself to feel the full range of your emotions, you become more real, not just to others, but to yourself. So, how can you recognize kitsch in your daily life and, more importantly, move beyond it? Think of a kitsch filter as a mental lens, inspired by Kundera, that helps you spot fake positivity wherever it appears. Here are 3 questions to activate your kitsch filter. What am I being asked to ignore, minimize, or deny? If a situation, person, or message insists on good vibes only, ask yourself what is being left out. Does this version of reality leave space for pain, doubt, or contradiction? If not, beware, you may be stepping into kitsch territory. Do I feel more alive or more numb after participating? Real connection brings energy, even if it's uncomfortable. Kitsch leaves you drained and empty. Use this filter in your relationships, at work, online, and crucially, in how you talk to yourself. Whenever you're tempted to hide a difficult truth, or when you feel pressured to present a perfect image, pause and check in. What am I really feeling? What am I denying? What would happen if I told the truth just for a moment? You don't have to share every pain with everyone, but you owe yourself honesty. That is the beginning of freedom. At the heart of Kundera's philosophy is a challenge. If you want to live fully, you must be willing to face not just the beautiful, but the ugly. Not just the light, but the shadow. Kitsch, remember, is the absolute denial of shit, the refusal to acknowledge the messy, chaotic, sometimes painful realities of life. But here's the secret. When you deny the existence of shit, you deny your own resilience, your own depth, your own capacity to grow. Every great story, every moment of transformation starts with a problem, a loss, a wound. To deny suffering is to deny the possibility of change. You may not be able to choose what happens to you, but you can choose whether to face it, to integrate it, to find meaning in it. What unpleasant truths are you avoiding? Where in your life are you still hoping that if you just stay positive, the problem will go away? What if, instead, you looked honestly at the pain and discovered that it does not destroy you, but reveals your strength? Pick one area where you've been using positivity as a shield, perhaps your career, your relationships, or your self-image. For one day, allow yourself to feel whatever comes up, without judgment. Notice what you learn about yourself. Notice what changes. Let's bring all this together with a story. Imagine you, yes, you sitting in a cafe, exhausted after another day of pretending everything is fine. Your friend Chloe joins you. She's glowing, radiant, talking about manifesting abundance and cutting out negative energy. You nod, smile, and feel yourself shrinking inside. But tonight, something shifts. You decide to try the Kitsch Filter. You ask yourself, am I being honest, or am I just playing along? Chloe asks, how are you, really? You hesitate. For once, you tell the truth. Actually, I'm struggling. I feel stuck at work, and I'm tired of pretending I'm okay. Chloe pauses. The mask drops. She whispers, me too. I haven't told anyone, but I'm scared I'll never find work I love. I thought I had to stay positive. I didn't want to bring anyone down. For the first time all week, you both laugh a deep, real laugh. Not because everything is fixed, but because for a moment, you are both seen. This is the power of dropping the kitsch. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be real. Let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Why does this matter? Because in a world obsessed with appearances, with good vibes only and endless curation of the perfect self, realness is an act of rebellion. It is also the foundation of mental health, resilience, and meaning. When you reject kitsch not just in art or culture, but in your daily life, you reclaim your right to feel, to struggle, to be human. Kundera's message is not to glorify suffering, but to restore its place in the story of being alive. Sorrow and joy are not enemies. They are partners in the dance of existence. And what about connection? When you show up as your whole self, messy, complicated, unfinished, you invite others to do the same. That is where belonging begins. The price of kitsch is loneliness. The reward for honesty is freedom. As Kundera reminds us, the struggle of man against power is the struggle of memory against forgetting. When you remember your pain, your truth, your contradictions, you become more powerful than any fake happiness could ever make you. So the question isn't, how can I be happy all the time? The real question is, how can I be fully alive? Let's recap what we've explored today. Kitsch is the denial of unpleasant reality, the pressure to present only happiness and ignore life's shadows. Toxic positivity, good vibes only, is the modern face of kitsch, asking you to hide your struggles and betray your real self. This culture is a social contract, a machinery that promises comfort but costs us authenticity, connection, and meaning. The real danger of kitsch is internal. When you begin to censor your own feelings, you become a stranger to yourself. Using the Kitsch Filter helps you spot and challenge fake positivity in society and in your own mind. True freedom comes from facing, not denying, your pain and embracing your whole self. Here are the most important tools for your journey. The Kitsch Filter always asks, what's being denied here? Am I allowed to be real? Permission to feel. You are allowed to experience sadness, anger, confusion. They are not enemies, but signals. Radical honesty with yourself and others. Start small, but start today. Remember, you are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole. You are allowed to feel the second tier, to acknowledge both the beauty and the sorrow, the light and the darkness. When you stop running from what hurts, you discover an unexpected power, the power to connect, to change, to create meaning even in the messiest parts of life. Let yourself be seen not just in your joy, but in your struggle. That is the beginning of freedom. That is the gift you give not only to yourself, but to everyone you meet. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to share in the comments, where have you felt pressured to stay positive at the expense of your truth? How will you start applying the Kitsch filter in your own life? Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy, psychology, and self-exploration. And if you're ready for the next step, check out our upcoming video on the hidden wisdom of anxiety, what your fear is trying to tell you. Remember, your truth matters because your life is more than just good vibes. The ideas explored in this video are for philosophical and psychological exploration and are not intended as professional advice. Viewers are encouraged to engage in their own critical thinking and further research, and to consult with qualified professionals for personal concerns.